Here we go.
Hey, hi Cam, how you going?
Good. How are you, Steve? We're live.
Yeah, good.
On
We
our
are
live
live.
stream.
Welcome to Business Reinvented, one of our live streams, our live business broadcast for today. Cam, today we're talking about how to scale or grow your business in uncertain times.
Yep.
And there's a couple of, well, I don't know, just thinking about this, this is not going to be a magic pill, obviously, but our goal for today is just to present you with some new things that you may not have thought about, or to, I guess, reignite things that may be long lost, in your brain that gets, just gets locked away there, and hopefully we can open them up. So, over the next 10 to 15 minutes, we're going to talk about and do just a little bit of informal backwards and forwardsing about these tough times, how you can actually grow your business. So, Cam, look, I just wanted to just start off, I think, with I think it's really important, and this seems to be stating the obvious, but number one, I think, is survival. Like, have you got your foundations in place? There's no point growing if it's a house of cards that's about to fall down. So have you applied for the government assistance that that's available, for instance, if it's required and if you meet the requirements? Have you got those foundational things? Is your product delivery still still meaningful and useful in these tough times, and so that just before you grow, make sure the house is in order first. But that's something that can be easily overlooked. I've got to grow. We can't stop in these tough times. I understand all of that, but let's just make sure you got your foundations right in place. Have you got any thoughts on that?
Yeah, look, foundations, like when you say foundations, I'm even thinking like your own network of people. So who do you know that's already in your network? It's that saying that your net worth is equal to your network. So, in tough times, now's the time to pull into your network. Now's the time to partner up with people. Now's the time to, be creative and do stuff with other people that you might have not have done stuff with before, and be creative about, doing some joint marketing together, being creative about, sharing your lists in some capacity. Someone they don't have to be a competitor. They could be in a complementary business. So for many people that have listened to my podcast and followed me online know that I used to own a swim school many, many moons ago. And what we used to do is we used to partner with, say, children's clothing stores, and we'd do some sort of joint marketing together. So, that's what I would encourage people to do now in these tough times. When you're talking about foundations, Steve, is, also those foundations of relationships that you've had in the past, and continue those business relationships, because you just never know who knows someone that might need your business either now or on the other side of the tough times.
Look, it's interesting too. I think at times there can be some reluctance to do that. I don't want to bother them, or gee, I'll look bad if I reach out and do that. But you don't know the situation that the other person is in. Your phone call or reach out might be just the thing that they need as well. So it's a really interesting one, I think, Cam. So those foundational things are important. I think the other thing that's really important for me too is to do some analysis. Now what out there has changed with your market. What stuff do you need to do differently, or what stuff do you need to keep? What can you throw out? Is it a move to online and more online kind of stuff? So you've got to do this investigation and analysis just to really fully understand the lay of the land as best you can. So number one, set those foundations in place, make sure you can grow. And number two, then just do some analysis, some research about what is actually going on out there. And probably, I think, then once you've got that sorted, then look for new. Is it new segments of the market? Is it new products? Is it new offers? So look for new. So I think there are three important things there you do to grow a business in tough times. Now, again, it's easy to say that on a call like this, and they're the big pillars, I think, that people can turn to. But I did want to ask you, because I know you, when you're back in your swim school days, I know you had some experience in that business through the 2007-2008 GFC. So let me put you on the spot a bit here, Cam. What would you say, based on that past experience, about surviving tough times?
Yeah, look, I always say to people, like, now's not the time to pull back on your marketing. Like, now's the time to push forwards with your marketing. Now's the time to make sure you keep communicating with those loyal customers and the loyal customer base that you've worked so hard to build up over the years. You know, if you run a restaurant, now's not the time to stop, sending those emails or SMSs or posting on your Facebook group. Now's not the time to stop doing paid advertising. I hear of all of these businesses that are pulling back on their Google advertising spend at the moment, and their Facebook ad spends. Like, now's the perfect opportunity to keep building your brand and keep building that customer, that loyal customer base. Even though they might not be able to shop from you right now, you know what? At some point, this is going to stop. At some point, people will go back to some sort of normality.
Yeah, I want to just pick up on something. I'm sensing people listening are going, "It's all right. Of course, you two guys would say something like that. You're marketing guys, right? Come on, you're just trolling for more business. When you say don't, come on, Cam, you're just trolling for business there."
Yeah, right. Yeah, look, and I get that, Steve. But the thing is this, with my swim school, we survived the 2008 global financial crisis when everyone was saying that the world's going to end financially. I sat my team down. I said, we're not playing the global financial crisis game. We are not playing this game. It doesn't affect our business. We offer a great service to the community. No one's going to lose their job. We're going to double down. We're going to market harder. We're going to get better at training our teachers to teach better swimming. So we doubled down on everything. And so we had our best year yet at that point, in the middle of a global financial crisis. But to answer your question, Steve, I actually know what it's like to have a business shut down. Within that 10 years of me running a swim school, we had to close that swim school down 3 times. One of those times was for almost 6 weeks. Now, keep in mind, Steve, that back then, there was no government handouts. Well, the government didn't give me 10 grand for closing down, right? I didn't get any JobKeeper allowances for staff. I didn't get any extra financial incentives to try and keep me going while I was closed down for 6 weeks. Had to pay for that, the close down period myself, and it came out of our own personal savings, that we built up. So I've got a lot of empathy towards the businesses that are closed at the moment and are doing it tough because they don't have customers. But one thing I didn't do, Steve, in that period when we closed the swim school is I didn't stop marketing. I didn't stop communicating. And look, marketing's just a word, Steve. Replace the word marketing with the word communication. Replace the word marketing with the word building a relationship. Replace the word marketing by, keeping in touch, you see? And so we worked so hard to build up a loyal customer base of parents and kids who loved coming to our swim school. Why would I stop that over 6 weeks of being closed down and not having any customers and no pool to swim with? Why would I stop that? And so now I think it's the perfect opportunity for businesses who are closed to revamp your website, to communicate to people more on Facebook, to do a couple of Facebook Lives if you can, if you're able to do that, to start, something that you haven't had time to do before. Now's that time. Send those emails. Send the 1 or 2 SMSs out saying, hey, we're thinking of you. Keep in touch with that loyal customer base because they are the ones who helped you get to where you are today. You don't want to forget about them just because you can't take money off them anymore or can't provide your service anymore. They're still there, right? They're still in your neighborhood. They're still potential buyers. And at some point, they will be coming back and spending their money somewhere. And you want them to spend them with you and come back and be loyal to you again.
Yeah, okay, I take that back, all right. You're just a marketer, so I take that back, right? You've lived through that. I guess too, Cam, back in the day, back then, there was no Zoom, there was no Facebook even, there was
no
things
Facebook
were really
Live.
different. Yeah,
really different. Yeah.
Webcams probably didn't even exist, I don't think, back in those days.
Well, we didn't have SMS marketing, Steve, if I think about it. There was no SMS marketing. I don't even think there was Facebook ads back then. There was Facebook, there was Facebook personal profiles, and towards the end of that period, there was even Facebook pages. But there was certainly no Facebook ads. There was Google ads, there was Facebook posting, there was blogging and email, and that was it. And I tell a funny story that when we started the swim school, there wasn't even email marketing. This is going back around the year 2002. And so there wasn't like, the Active Campaigns or Infusionsoft or MailChimps of the world. It didn't exist. And so we used to put people into an Outlook database and do a BCC, a blind carbon copy, to 30 people at once.
Yeah,
And I used
that's
to
right.
pay my team members to send the emails out all day. It'd take all day to send 2,000 emails, right? But that was important to us. It was important that we stayed top of mind and at front and center to our loyal customer base. And so for me, that was worth that extra effort to make that thing happen. Yeah.
Cam, let me ask you, one of the things I think we struggle with all the time is a lack of certainty. And when you did all of those things, did you know it was going to work out okay, or you just went hard because you just wanted to make it work? Like, you had no guarantee it was all going to work out, did you?
No guarantees at all, Steve. So to answer your question honestly, I guess for me personally, and it's different for everyone, but for me personally, I guess it was the coach in me coming out, right? So, I used to, before I had the swim school, I used to also be a professional sports coach, and I've competed myself in Ironman triathlons and stuff like that. And if there's one lesson that sports taught me, it's this: nothing's guaranteed. You can do all of the hard work. You can line all of your ducks up. You can attend every single training session. But there's no guarantee that you're going to get that goal on race day. There's no guarantee that you're not going to fall off your bike in a triathlon, on a wet road. There's no guarantee that you're not going to get a cramp in the middle of an Ironman, or there's no guarantee that you'll muck up a turn in a swim race, or you'll trip in a running race. There's no guarantees in sport. And so for me, I just applied that same philosophy. There's no guarantees. However, if I sit on my hands and do nothing, I'm actually going to be worse off. And so for me, I knew that doing something was better than nothing. And I knew, just based on past experience, that marketing works and keeping in touch with people works and building relationships works. So why would I stop that? There's no guarantee they'll come back, but why would I stop that? They're people that have used our company and our business for many years. Why would I stop, getting in front of them now, at that time?
Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate, Cam. Everything in life's a gamble, right? We've got no way of knowing, beyond a wild guess whether something's going to work. And I think when you, in a sense, let go of that and let go of the need to control that outcome, I think things become a lot easier. Things become a lot freer. And I just want to pick up on one thing you said too there. Another thing to add to what I said at the start was, build a fence around your herd. We're seeing, Facebook ad accounts get shut down and all those sorts of things. So, try and have your own platform, the fence around the herd, to make sure that you can control. Because you just, I look at, influencers these days, and, the great noble profession that being a professional influencer is, that, do
they even exist anymore?
Oh, I don't know. But, if Instagram got shut down tomorrow, there's their business gone, right? So you don't want to be gambling that hard, right? To all you guru influencers out there. I don't know if they still exist, but so build a fence and try and build your own platform, I guess, is what I'm saying, to to help combat these tough times. So all right, Cam, so unless you've got anything to add, we're kind of in the middle of our 10 to 15 minute mark. So have you got any last things that you might want to add there, just on that last point?
Yeah, look, I just talk about, building that fence and having multiple ways of communicating to people. Like you said, you don't want to hang your hat just on Instagram. If you are an Instagram influencer, you should also be using chat. You should also be using Facebook. You should also be using YouTube, so that if one does shut down, it's not the end of, your business and the way you do business. And so, for those businesses that are affected at the moment by COVID-19, you've got to be creative with what you do, but know that there's no one platform or one way, to get new clients back in once everything turns back on again.
Yeah, fantastic. All right, good stuff, Cam. Yeah, thanks very much. All right, any final words, Cam, as we hit nearly at the 15-minute mark?
No, Steve, but I just want to share an invite to people that if they want to know more about how to work with you and I, head over to businessreinvented.com.au. Steve and I work with people in a few different capacities. One is a coaching and teaching capacity. Steve's a teacher by his DNA, and I'm also a coach by my DNA. And as the teacher and coach, we love to coach and teach people how to do their business, how to improve their sales, and how to improve their marketing ROI. So we can do that and help you with your business in that capacity. But we also have an implementation and also professional services available. So if you need help growing your business, scaling your business, just make sure you reach out to Steve and I. Go to businessreinvented.com.au and let's catch up for a chat.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Thanks very much, Cam. So that was another Business Reinvented live broadcast. Thanks for joining us. On behalf of Cam Roberts, I'm Steve Plummer. We'll see you next time.